Hey, welcome back to part two of Chef Inderpal cooking his ribs, short ribs. I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds and wait for some more people to come in. Thank you for joining in, John. How are you doing today? Put you right back. Welcome back, folks. Like I said, my name is Chef Inderpal. Oven just went off. Hey, everybody. Oh, how you doing, John? Hello. Everybody can say hello together. Hi. Oven just went off. We're going to take the short ribs out. Before I take them out, I'm going to explain to you everything that we have that we're going to be working with. We're going to be working with 1 cup of rigatoni pasta. If you don't have rigatoni pasta, you can use any kind of pasta that you like. Got some freshly cut chives, some freshly cut Italian parsley, some spring onions, green onions right here, freshly grated Parmesan Reggiano, and then about a cup or so of, half a cup of fresh mozzarella pearls. I'm going to use these ingredients to finish off my short ribs. Let me take my short ribs out the oven. Oh, we're beeping. Time for the truth. Ooh. Now, one thing that I did do while I was off camera was when I put the short ribs in last time, I forgot to add 4 on the vine stewed tomatoes. If you don't have on the vine tomatoes, any kind of tomatoes are fine. I just wanted to leave them on there whole, and you can see that they've already come off. Now, from this process, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat on to a high heat and get this basically to a nice boil. As this boils down, I have some pasta water going. As the water goes as well, I'm going to basically boil some rigatoni. How you doing today, John? Chef John. As this is coming to a boil, I'm going to be kind of looking around for some of the meat. To take some of the meat out, you want to find your herbs, you want to take out your stems. bay leaves. Yes, Chef John, you can definitely make a bouquet garni to keep the herbs together. As long as you have a cheesecloth and some twine or kind of like a tea strainer, you can definitely do that as well. Eliminates a step that I just did as well. Took out the meat, took out the herbs. I'm gonna let this vegetable stock now, or sorry, not this vegetable, the short rib stock. I'm gonna let it boil out for basically a good like 7 to 8 minutes. Let it reduce, enhance more in flavor. As that's happening, I'm gonna take the short ribs. Oh, they lost you guys. Gonna take the short ribs, and I'm gonna start pulling the meat off a little bit, and I'm gonna show you guys how we do this. Be extremely careful when you're doing this. Product is going to be extremely hot. You don't want to burn your hands. Perfect. And whatever small vegetables we have. Perfect. And whatever small vegetables we have, we're going to basically just put them right back in the pot, but without the herbs. All the short ribs are on the cutting board. Now with your short ribs, you want to give it, you don't want to break them into small pieces. You want to keep them the pieces that they are. So you just kind of want to slowly break, but in large chunks. And if you're also wondering what's a good way to know that short ribs are also done, a good way to know that short ribs are also done is you always want to keep them between the temperatures of 200 degrees to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a good way to know when short ribs are actually fully done and they're basically priable, just like the way they are right now. Once the short ribs are basically pulled, everything is ready to go. We're gonna take the rigatoni. I have about 1 cup of rigatoni, which is gonna double up once it cooks. So 1 cup of, half a cup of dried rigatoni. Is probably gonna be a little more than a cup of cooked rigatoni. Like I said, you can use any kind of pasta you want. I'm gonna drop my pasta now in the water. Let's go. In my pasta water, I also have about two teaspoons of salt and just water itself. While this is going, the short rib beef stock is also reducing a little bit more in flavor as we need. Hey Mom, how are you? So we got the pasta going, the stock going. Earlier I was telling you the reasoning why I added tomato paste and a little bit of the chili garlic paste to my short ribs. And the reason I added it is because I'm actually doing a little pasta form. So I wanted to give it that acidic kind of tomato taste to it, hence why I added 4 on the vine Roma tomatoes as it was basically braising all into that liquid. So taking it further, traditionally usually short ribs, usually leave them in a nice big form, sear them off one side, sear off the other side, that's it, cook them off like that. This way you saw me take them in smaller forms, sear them, move them around a lot, trying to get that small little flavor, full of flavor into doing a pasta dish, totally different than doing a traditional beef short ribs basically. Like I said, this is my version, we're doing more of a pasta and rigatoni. I like rigatoni pasta. Because it's short and they're basically a nice size where they can absorb a lot of flavor, a lot of rounds into rigatoni pasta. Prefer rigatoni, medium shells work. Any kind of pasta works. Elbow works. If you like spaghetti, spaghetti works as well. With my vegetables onto my short ribs, if you saw earlier, all my vegetables were basically cut for stew kind of vegetables. So stew vegetables is the kind of size of cut that I was looking for, where they're small. Still got a nice bite to them, but they're big enough where you can eat them and not too small where they're gonna break everything inside the basically braising liquid. Like I said, everybody does theirs differently. This is my version. As everything is getting cooked, show you guys how we're looking. It's beautiful. Hey Chef John, I just saw your question about par cooking your pasta. Yes, you can actually par cook your pasta. You can par cook your pasta if you want to ahead of time. I like to keep mine kind of al dente, or basically just cooking it a la minute or right on spot. But you can definitely cook your pasta before par cooking or anything. As far as any sauce thickeners goes, no, I'm not going to be using a sauce thickener. What I'm going to be doing, kind of using like how. Not similar, but kind of like how a carbonara is. You thicken it basically using more of a cheese base. Exactly how I'm going to be thickening it is more with Parmesan cheese. More of the stock as it's reducing, it's more flavor. Pasta gets done. Pasta goes back in the pot, stray some sauce, add cheese, mix it all around. Fire alarm goes off, always a surprise guest. Let's turn my exhaust fans on. I guess my neighbors know I'm cooking today. I'm home. So, let's keep cooking. This is the most funnest thing ever. Some people get elevator music when they visit their doctors and dentists. You get fire alarm music when you visit the chef. Easiest way to explain it. Pasta, typically rigatoni, about 7 to 9 minutes. 7 to 9 minutes to fully let it cook. It's gonna be a little loud. I got my exhaust fans on. Hey Raman, how are you? We're basically making short rib. We're making short rib ragu. Showing how we make it. It's gonna basically go. It's gonna go with rigatoni pasta. Part 1, we cooked the short ribs. I've taken the meat out, kind of separated the meat a little bit, and we're gonna be finishing it off in the next about 5 minutes. 5 minutes or so. Sorry, Chef John. You asked me a question earlier about sauce thickeners. Yes, you can use a sauce. I already answered your question, but great question. If I strained actually everything and I had no vegetables left, and just basically a straight liquid, I would definitely use a slurry. Definitely would use a slurry, either with cornstarch, or I would try using a little bit of xanthan gum. But either or, whichever it works, is the best for it. Like I said, we're doing more of a Parmesan Reggiano kind of base. Excited to show you guys how this works. I'm gonna flip the camera the other way, let you guys keep watching everything boil, reduce, and looking. Gonna attempt it with no fan. Hopefully the alarm does not go off. that goes off, well, calling me again. I'm gonna take my pasta off the water. Take my pasta off, I'm gonna strain it. Be right back. Pasta's been strained. Once pasta's strained, add it back to the pot. Add your Parmesan cheese. Again, that was a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese. Turn your stock off. Switch pans. As this is basically cooking, you're gonna add some of your stock. As that's added, add a little bit of fresh mozzarella. Add some of your short ribs. Give it a nice mix. Some parsley, Italian parsley. Give it a good mix. After you've mixed this gently, right onto the plate. Take a little more of our stew vegetables. We're going to finish it off with a little bit of chives and green onions. Here you go, folks. Short rib pasta at its finest, basically. Part 2 completed. Oh, camera angle, sorry about that. It's right here. Best part about my job, you already know. Tasting it. Now you'll notice that I didn't add any salt or pepper as we were going along. Reason being is kept reducing in the very beginning of part 1. Salt is right there. I have a feeling that the salt basically reduced perfect adding Parmesan Reggiano cheese also adds a great deal of salt. Salt should be fine where it's at, plus the salt of the pasta should be fine as well. Individually salted the meat, again, salted everything as we go in steps. Enough talking, time to eat. You know, adding fresh Italian parsley at the very end brings out so much of aromatics from so many of the spices, the vegetables that we use. The taste is amazing. I mean, it's very, very fresh, very bright, very brilliant. Has a nice tone of citrus, nice tone of earthiness to it. I mean, it's amazing the way the flavor is. I mean, it's great. Definitely recommend you guys making this dish. I'll let you guys look at it one more time before I take the whole thing. Like I said, part 2 today was definitely today. If you guys get any questions, concerns, please let me know. I'm here for you guys, let you guys help out. Tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow, 12 o'clock, lunch. We marinated tandoori chicken yesterday and tandoori shrimp. We made some honey chutney, green sauce, green chutney. Made that last night, letting it marinate again tonight. Later on tonight, won't be on live, but just know around 9, 10 o'clock, I'm gonna just take it, kind of remix it, reseal it. Tomorrow, noon, you'll see me definitely making this with you guys. Oh yeah, thank you, Chef John. If you guys are on this live, please definitely share this feed with you, part 1 and part 2. This was part 2. Other than that, if you guys get any questions, any concerns, let me know. Like I said, my name was Chef Inderpal, and that was it. Have a great evening, folks. Thank you.